Hello. 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 Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Sure. Thank you. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, students. In last lecture, we have discussed the unit number second, that is planning. In the planning, we have discussed the definition of planning, then importance of planning, then process of planning, management by objective, how the management by objective is helpful for the organization as well as for the employees. In this lecture, we are going to discuss unit number three, which is named as organizing. Why organizing is helpful and why organizing is important for the organization. In this chapter, we present the foundations of the organization structure and its components. Organization design option consider contingency variables that determine when certain design options work better than others and explore the concept of organizing culture. Here we are going to discuss the organizing unit number second, that is organizing. And in this lecture, we have discussed regarding the nature and purpose of organizing, organization structure, line and staff authority, departmentation, span of control, centralization and decentralization, delegation of authority, staffing, selection and recruitment, career development, career stages, training, performance appraisal. So, what is meant by organizing? Once certain organizational members have made decisions regarding corporate strategies, they must develop the structure that will best facilitate the attainment of those goals. Here in chapter 1, we have discussed the organization functions of management, which creates the organization structure. When managers develop or change the organization structure, they are engaging in organizational design. This process involves making the decisions about how specialized jobs should be allocated, the rules to guide employees' behaviors, and at what level decisions are to be made. So occasionally, perhaps they might seek input from middle level managers, but lower level managers and operatives rarely have an opportunity to provide input. So organizing is very important from top level management to bottom level management. So what is meant by organizing? Here, the think of organizing. First is identification and classification of required activities. Second, the group of activities necessary for attaining objectives. Third is assignment of each group to a manager with the authority, which is called as delegation. The provision for coordination horizontally and vertically. So why it is important for the identification and classification of the objective? Because the division of the work into similar tasks is one of the fundamental activities in any organization. The prime job of any organization is to allocate the responsibilities among various departments and divisions. The job are then subdivided into smaller tasks to make the workflow easier. So identification and classification is thus important for the organization. Then second is the group of activities necessary for attaining objectives. Here there is a coordination, there is a division of work so that the goal and objectives of the work or organization can be achieved. Here coordination, because organizing involves allocation of different works to different employees who are working with the common objective to attain the organization goal. Each activity is correlated and dependent on each other. Even if conducted separately, this ensures coordination among all activities of different departments. So, attainment of all the work is very important. Then third is assignment of each group to a manager with the authority, which is called as delegation. So what is authority? Here in every organization, a hierarchy is established from top level management to bottom level management, from top to middle to bottom. So connecting every position. Every position is associated with a well-defined authority and responsibility. It implies that every person working in an organization is assigned some amount of authority for fulfilling the responsibilities efficiently. It also denotes that the same person is considered responsible for the inadequate performance. So the provision of coordination horizontally and vertically. Horizontally means there is a various divisions in the organization, like marketing, HR, finance, systems. So there is a horizontal organization. So there is a coordination between one team to another team, and vertically from top level management to bottom level management, from production managers to supervisors, supervisors to workers. It is called as a vertical organization, or marketing manager through vice president of marketing to marketing manager to team leaders of marketing, team leaders to supervisor of employees of the sales. So this is a vertical organization and there are horizontal organizations. So there is a provision of coordination. So this is the coordination step. Here it integrates the entire organization into single entity. It is required to ensure the coordination among various departments so that individual and overall performance can be assessed and the common organization goal can be achieved. So, what is the third is purpose of organizing? What is the purpose of organizing? The organization structure should be designed to clarify the roles and responsibilities. And second is to remove the obstacles to performance caused by confusion and uncertainty, to furnish decision making. Then fourth is communication network reflecting. So why it is important and why the organization is important to remove the obstacles of the performance. Here the organization should be designed to clarify the roles and responsibilities. So there is various roles and responsibilities which are subdivided among the employees. So every responsibility should be associated with an authority. Therefore, the subordinates should possess necessary authority to discharge their duties in rightful manner. So everyone should have to know their roles and responsibilities of the job, what is the KPI, and how the work should be done. So organizing should be done in that manner so that there is any no load for the employees. Then second is to remove obstacles to performance. That is performance is very important for the appraisal of the employee, which is caused by confusion and uncertainty. Here, direct supervision by the manager is possible only for a limited number of executives. Therefore, optimum number of executives are required who would be answerable to the top management. Usually, 6 executives should be there for an efficient span of management so that there is no any problem. So there is also leadership qualities also there, so that there is no any problem with that organization. The management should be provided right opportunities to lead the organization in an effective manner. Thus, the organization structure should be designed according to the requirement. Then third is to furnish decision making. Here, decision making is very important in an organization, from top level to bottom level of the organization. So the differential here efficiency increases by decision making. There are basically three perspectives which define the term decision making. From the business point of view, a company is considered as efficient when it is able to achieve the objectives in minimum possible cost. From the perspective of the individual, an organization is considered as efficient when it is able to provide job satisfaction to the employee. From the social perspective, an organization is considered efficient when it contributes significantly to the social welfare. Then fourth is communication network reflecting. So there is a communication between employees to management, so that there is no any miscommunication between the management as well as the staff. So each employee in an organization should receive orders from only one superior. This is very important in order to prevent confusion and conflicts regarding assigned tasks. It also helps in assigning responsibilities to the position. So there is also direction from top level management. Here every department or division of an organization should follow the same plan of action. This helps in reducing the conflict and confusions among employees. It also improves coordination among various departments. If the departments start formulating their individual plan or program, then there would always be a possibility of confusion. So there is always communication between all the departments. So definition of organization. What is the definition of organization? A formalized international structure of roles or position. There are various types of organization. That is formal organization and second is informal organization. So according to Gary Jones, organization are social inventions for accomplishing goals through group efforts. And second definition, according to Ralph C. Davis, organization is a group of people who cooperate under the direction of leadership for the accomplishment of a common end. So first is formal organization. Here, structure must furnish environment for individual performance to contribute group and organization goal. So it must be flexible. It must have individual effort so that they are channeled toward group and organization goal. Then second is informal organization, a network of interpersonal relationship that arise when people associate with each other. A relationship, not an organization, starts. Machine shop group, Friday evening cricket game, and I like these are a informal group. So organizing comprises of assigning various jobs to the relevant units, department, section of the business so as to attain the organization objective. It also requires proper coordination between these business units, departments, and sections in order to obtain an integrated process. So, what is the organization division or department? A department it designates a distant area, division, or branch of an organization over which a manager has authority for the performance of specified activities. Suppose the activity of marketing, so what the marketing department does, or what the designation of marketing manager, what the job responsibility of marketing manager. So the job responsibility of the marketing manager and the performance of the employees shall be decided by the marketing manager. So it is emphasized no best single for the departmentation solution for all the organization or to suit all situation. So the pattern used will dependent on the given situation and the manager beliefs of yielding result structure. So classification of department. So first is departmentation by enterprise function. What is the enterprise function and how the classification of department should be done? So first, what is departmentation? Departmentation refers to a process of grouping two or more jobs into various groups. It is one of the essential process of an organization. The prime objective of departmentalization is to divide the overall activities of an organization into various functions and sub-functions. Creating a department on the basis of similarity or dissimilarity of functions, and thereafter assigning a people and processes into various departments as per their functionalities. So, first is departmentation by enterprise function. Here, grouping of activities according to the function of an enterprise, such as production, sales, financing, marketing, or HR. The activities are grouped according to the function. So, functional department most widely used basis for organization activities. So, what is the enterprise function? What is the department by enterprises function means? There are various functions in the organization like finance, marketing, research, development, industrial relationship, regular department. So, under the finance, marketing department, there are various divisions like food division, textile division, detergent division. So, what the marketing function should done, and what should be done, so that there is an industrial relationship, production, marketing, accounting, legal, so these in the pattern of departmentation for each major product manufactured by the company, an independent unit consisting of all the department is created. So recognize and thoroughly understood. Coordination of activities among departments achieved through rules and procedures, various aspects of planning and so on. So this is the illustration of functional department. What is the functional department? Suppose there is a company which have a president, which are subdivided into middle level managers such as vice president and personnel, which are further divided into tertiary group, which is marketing, engineering team, production team, finance team, and so on. So it is a functional department which are categorized into subdivisions or sub-departments. So advantages of the functional department. So first is logical reflection of functions, maintains power and prestige of major functions, follows principle of occupational hazard, simplifies training. Fifth is furnishes means of tight control at top. So, as it is one of the most reasonable, verified for a long time period, and most original type of department. So, functional department, according to functional department, it is very useful for the organization to divide into subdivide. This pattern of departmentation is considered as one of the most logical and time saving because it is related to the department level organization. Here, this departmentation utilizes the human resources optimally by assigning activities as per their functionalities. So, with the help of functionalities, the departmentation by function allows the organization to perform the necessary activities that are important to attain organization goals. So, it also assigns a position of major functions. It allows delegation of authority to subordinates in the hierarchy. It facilitates the managers to control the function of efficiently. It minimizes repetition of work in the organization. So it makes a process of training and development easier, as the manager need to achieve expertise in one function only. Here functions like it is a production function, marketing function, finance function, purchasing function, or HR function. So the manager or the teamwork or the employee should have to achieve only one goal or one objective. So it is very helpful for the organization to achieve that functional department. So there are disadvantages of the functional department. First is the emphasis of overall company objectives, over specializes and narrow viewpoints. Third is reduces coordination between functions. Fourth is slow adoption of two changes. Fifth is limit development to general manager. Here these disadvantages are due to the because there is a too much stress on specialization is given like marketing or sales. There is too much pressure for the specialization since the employee gets training in a single functionality. Hence it is difficult for the employee to have an overall expertise or to look forward other than functions. Here duties and responsibilities of every department are dependent on each other, which raises the chances of conflicts and confusion. And so if there is a growth in functional department may incur a huge cost. Furthermore, the department heads do not get an adequate exposure. The scope for their department is somewhat limited. One single functional head cannot be held accountable for establishing the outputs or results of an activity. Here also, the establishment of coordination among various functional groups can be tedious task because of the presence of rigidity and complication in processes. So there are also advantages also as well as disadvantages for the functional department. Then second is departmentation by customer group. There are various customers of the company, like grouping of activities that reflects a primary interest with customers. So who are the customers? This is the key to the way activities are grouped. For example, retail customer group, wholesale customer group. So according to that customer group, the department or the function of the organization is designed. Here, the department by customer, here various departments on the basis of different customer groups are designed. This structure is suitable for the organization which serves diverse customer groups, such as, for example, Indian Railways has different policies for booking the tickets for first and second class customers. Here, the structure represents the departmentation of customer, that is licensed sales officer, household sales officer. So the department is designed according to the customer group. So here in customer department, there is only one president, like community city bank, real estate and mortgage loans, corporate banking, agriculture banking, institutional banking. So these are various customers of one organization. Suppose there is a bank, there is real estate loans, corporate banking is there, agricultural banking is there, institutional banking is there. So the bank functions are different according to the function or according to the industry. According to the industry, these functions to be arise with the help of customer departmentation. So if any bank is there, you have to customers are like from corporate world, from finance, from as well as from agriculture. So according to the customer, the bank has to give various facilities to customers. So what are the advantages of the customer departments? First is concentrates on customer needs. Second, it gives feeling to customer. Third is develops expertness in customer area. So like advantages according to the customer group, it considers the needs and demands of the all categories of the customers. According to the customer need, the bank had to decide the product or services. Like not bank or any other company or any other organization, they have to decide the products or services according to the customer needs. Here, the employee to become highly specialized in certain areas. The organization can get in-depth knowledge and understanding about various customer segments. So these are the advantages of the customer departmentation. So next is what are the disadvantages of the customer departmentation. There is a various coordination among various departments become a tedious task because there are various types of customers, and according to the customer the company has to decide or divide the organization structure and design the products and services according to the customers. So there is a various tedious tasks according to the customer. They have to design various facilities. Here in certain department it may cause wastage of resources. It also results in repetition of many activities because according to the customer there is very time gap, and according to the time gap there is a repetition of many activities. Fourth is human resources of the organization may become wasted, especially when the demand of particular customer segment decreases. Third is departmentation by territory or geography. There are various territory like India have various territories: South, East, North, North India, East India. So according to the territory, the customer or the organization has to decide his vice president, president, or sales manager for the eastern area, western area. So a grouping of activities by area or territory is common in the enterprises operating over wide geographic areas. Suppose there are global level companies, there is a APAC manager different, North American manager different, then Southeast Asia manager is different. So according to the geography or according to the country or nation, the managers has to decide or the organization has to decide which area is suitable for the company. So departmentation by territory divides the organization on the basis of geographic region, such as America, North America, Europe, or Asia Pacific. It classifies the organizational activities in different groups according to territory or region. It is suitable for those organizations where similar jobs are performed in different units. For example, an organization where different plants are located at different cities, then departmentation by territory is suitable because there is only a one general manager for global or for APAC or for North America or for Europe. Yeah, this is the illustration chart for the territorial geographical organization grouping. As I previously said, there is Western region, Southwest region, Central region, Eastern region. According to that, like Central region have marketing team, then engineering team, then production team, then finance team. This is for Central team. For also Western region have various marketing team is different, engineering team is different, production team is different, finance team is different. So this is the territory or geographical organization structure. So what are the advantages of the territory organization structure? Yeah, the territory organization departmentation is very helpful because it helps in saving time, effort, money. It also provides economies by spending less in freight, rents, and labor cost because there is only a communication from top level to management to bottom level management through mails or through phone calls. It also allows the organization to obtain in-depth knowledge about customers in a domestic markets. It provides the management to maintain an efficient and flexible span of control. It also improves the coordination in a region. And second is disadvantage of territorial departmentation. Here, the territorial departmentation requires large number of managerial person for the management of the employee. It minimizes the control of headquarters. It causes repetition of activities. Also, decentralization of power increases problem of top management control. Then fourth is departmentation by product or service. Here, grouping of activities according to product or product lines, especially present in large enterprises, multi-product lines like Parley, like ITC, they have multiple product lines. According to that, they have to departmentation. A company having cold drink, sorry, it is a cold drink beverages with different flavors in an example for product line departmentation. So it is a illustration chart for the product line department. There is a vice president or president. of cold drink division, potato chips, badam milk, snack. So, for example, badam milk. So there is a badam milk marketing manager different, HR manager different, production manager different, finance team is different. So according to the product, they have to decide what they have to design the products. In product department or product departmentation, for each major product manufactured by the company, an independent unit consisting of all the department is created. Such department include production, human resources, marketing, sales, etc. Here, like Reliance Group, they have various divisions. Real estate is there, then company products are different, then retail structure is there. So according to that product, they have to design their organization structure. So what are the advantages of product line departmentation? So first is departmentation by product allows the organization to specialize in various aspects such as production facilities, skills and knowledge of employees, and many other activities. Here, managers of different product divisions are held responsible for the effective and systematic operations of their respective division. Here, according to that division or according to the product category, they have to analyze their sales category, their marketing, as well as finance structure of the company. It also allows the complete development of managers as they operate small independent units of business. Here, the growth and delivery of products and services, because the manager of only one product or only one services is one. According to that manager, the whole employee or whole division of that company work. It improves the coordination of functional activities. So such is disadvantages of the product line department. The employees of particular division become or the particular division of product, a particular product category or service category excessively division oriented, which proves to be harmful for the organization as a whole. Yet the pattern of the product departmentation requires high quality managerial resources, which is quite costly. Here departmentation by products may fail if the product department is not sufficiently big to accommodate sub-departments. Here product department makes it complicated to monitor, coordinate and control the operations of several divisions. Here it includes also problem to the top management. Then fifth is matrix organization. So matrix organization, what is the matrix organization and how it is helpful? Here matrix organization, it combines the functional and projects or product patterns of departmentation in same organization structure. Here guidelines for making matrix management effective. First, it defines the objectives of project or task, clarify the roles, authority, responsibilities of managers and team members. Third is ensure influence is based on knowledge and information rather than rank. And fourth is balance the power of functional and project managers. The functional structure offers the advantages that occur from the specialization. The divisional structure has a greater focus on results, but suffers from duplication of activities and resources. Here, does any structure or organization combine the advantages of functional specialization with the focus and accountability that product departmentation provides, which is called as matrix structure. Here, an organization in which specialists from functional departments such as marketing, HR, finance are assigned to work on one or more projects led by a project manager. Sorry. Here, there are various departments or various teams like matrix organization. Here, chief manager, chief design engineer is there, mechanical engineer is there, electrical engineer is there, then metallurgical engineer is there. According to that function or according to that project, suppose project A is there. Suppose there is a designer of fastener or there is a manufacturing of fastener. So the design engineer establishes what is the designing of the fastener. Then third is mechanical engineer designs or there is a research and development work for the fastener. So the mechanical engineer designs and approves or quality works is there according to the fasteners. So electrical engineers, there is no need of electrical engineer for the fastener. Then metallurgical engineer decides or designs the quality as well as the material regarding the fasteners. So the project A accomplishes the requirement of the all these four members, that is design engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, as well as the metallurgical engineer. So it collaborates the combination of all the organization according to the function, as well as there is a vertical coordination between all the teams. It selects an experienced manager for the project. It undertakes the organization and team development. It installs appropriate cost, time, quality control that reports the vision in timely manner. It rewards project managers and team members. Here, in most recent organization, design is the matrix structure which is designed in order to attain number of goals related to the project and which ensures flexibility of organization structure. The growth of matrix organization is also called as grid. It can be attributed to meeting the needs evolving from increasing size and complications of the organization, which requires more flexibility in the structure and technical orientation in comparison to the conventional organization structure, such as functional or line and staff. The matrix organization structure is shown, such as like this, like chief design engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, metallurgical engineer, or they are also called as, suppose there is a team of production team or marketing team or finance team or personal team or after sales and service team. So according to the project, all these members from production team, from marketing from team, from finance team, as well as the sales and service team, they have to acquire, like according to the product or according to the marketing team. So the unique characteristic of the matrix is that employees in this structure have at least two bosses, their functional department manager and their product managers or project managers. Here, project manager have authority over the functional members who are part of that manager's project team. But authority is shared between the two managers. Typically, the project manager is given authority over project employees relative to the project goals, but decisions such as promotions, salary recommendations, and annual reviews remain the functional manager's responsibility. The primary strength of the matrix is that it can facilitate coordination of multiple set of complex and interdependent projects while still retaining the incomes that results from keeping functional specialists grouped together. The major disadvantage of matrix are the confusion it creates and its purposely to foster power struggles. When you dispense with the chain of command principle, you significantly increase ambiguity. Here, what are the advantages of the matrix organizations? First is oriented towards end results. Second is professional. Identification is maintained. Third is pinpoint product profits responsibility. Here, why it is advantages? Because the functional departments and the purpose of divisions, along with the technical expertise and focus on organizational objectives. It also helps in ensuring improved arrangement and control of the resources of the firm. That there is arrangement, there is a control, and there is a coordination between all the departments. So it is helpful for the identification and maintenance of the organization. It is very a flexible approach as well as professional identification, so that there is a relationship or observance of procedure rules. There is also great source of motivation as all the units and sections together have to put the effort for successful completion of the project. It presents a better organization structure for the growth and development of capable managers who otherwise have limited functional expertise. So there are what are the disadvantages of the matrix organization? First is multi-phase relationship. Second is structure for the authority. Third is extreme stress on joint decision making. Fourth is absence of homogeneity. So, what is first? The first is multifaceted relationship because there is nothing of any unity of command or not followed. Therefore, usually personal or accountable to many superiors. This leads to a state of chaos where juniors fail to recognize their immediate superior. Your second is struggle for authority. There are various serious chances of struggle for authority among different executives of functional department and project executives. The situation may raise the chances of delayed accomplishment of the project. Then third is extreme stress on joint decision making. With respect to issues like sharing of business resources, a matrix organization needs group decision making. In case the tendency to adjust and accommodate is found missing, decision making would be delayed. Moreover, too much expertise and specialization may lead to chaotic decisions. Then fourth is absence of homogeneity. As a matrix, organization is temporarily framed by employing people with different skills from different units. So there are chances related with the coordination and controlling of the employees. So we have discussed the departmentation according to the various functions like territory, like product, like matrix organization, from customer orientation with the help of functional department also. So, the basis of departmentation. Why departmentation is helpful? We have discussed regarding the formal departmentation. Here, formal departmentation according to the function. Then second is by product. Third is by category, by territory. Then fourth is by customer or by service. And fifth is by matrix. So, in this lecture, we have discussed the content like nature and purpose of organization. Then second is organization structure. Then third is line and staff authority. Fourth is departmentation. Here, organization, why organization is important, how organization is helpful, like a process in which managers develop or change the organization structure. So it is beneficial for the introduction of the organization. Think of organization according to the people. Like there are various types of people dividing the work. Then there is a coordination. There are mutual goals. There is authority and responsibility. There are hierarchy of relationship from top level management to bottom level management. Then machine of management, persuasive activity, dynamic processes. So organization is very important as well as for the group of people. In purpose of organization, how organization is helpful for the organization. The organization structure should be designed to clarify the roles and responsibilities, to remove the obstacles of the performance caused by confusion and uncertainty, to furnish decision making. Then fourth is communication network reflecting definition of organization. What is formal organization? What is informal organization? Like informal network of interpersonal relationship that arise when people associate with each other. Then relationship, not an organization chart. In machine shop group, friends, evening cricket team, these are called as informal group or informal organization. Then departmentation, organization divisions. What is meant by department? It designates a distinct area, division, or branch of any organization over which manager has authority for the performance of specified activities. It is emphasized no base single for departmentation solution for all the organization to all situations. So the pattern used will depend on the given situation and the manager belief of yielding result structure. We have classified the organization or departmentation according to the enterprise function or functional departmentation. Here like function like production function is there, marketing function is there, or sales function is there, finance function is there, HR function is there. According to the function or according to the group of the organization, these the functions are classified. Functional departmentation most widely used basis on organization activities. Here coordination of activities among departments achieved through rules and procedures, various aspects of the planning and so on. Yeah, we have discussed the functional level departmentation like marketing, engineering, production, finance. We have discussed the advantages and disadvantages of the functional department. Then second is functional departmentation by customer group, like who are the customers, like retail customer group, wholesale customer group, or the distributor customer group. So according to the customer group, the company or the organization has to decide or design the products or services. Here we have discussed the illustration chart of customer departmentation like community, Citibank, real estate or mortgage loans, then gold loan, corporate banking is there, agriculture banking is there, institutional banking is there. So according to the function or according to the customer needs and wants, the company needs to design its products and services. Then we have discussed the advantages of customer departmentation, disadvantages of the customer departmentation. Then third is by territory or geography. According to the territory or according to the geography, departmentation is done. Like global departmentation is different. North America departmentation is different. Europe departmentation is different. APAC, that is Asia Pacific departmentation is different. Then rest of the world departmentation is different. Like in India, there is north, east, south, west. Departmentation is different according to the territory. Like within Pune city, there are north, east, south, west. According to the Pune city, according to the area, there are departmentation different. The western region, southwest region, central region, eastern region. According to the department, the designing of the various teams is designed. Then we have discussed the advantages of the territorial organization and disadvantages of the territorial departmentation. Then departmentation by product. Here, according to the product line, like there is L'Oreal product or Parley companies there, or there is ITC companies there. There are various products lines. There is various product lines like cold drink products are different, snack products are different, or pouch products are different. So according to the product line, the company have to decide the managers as well as the employee according to the line product line of the company. Like cold drink division is different, potato chips division different, milk division is different, snack division is different. So according to the divisions, the company has to decide or design the departmentation. Then we have discussed the advantages of product line departmentation. Then second is disadvantages of product line departmentation. We have discussed the matrix organization. Like there is a combination of two groups. That is the departmentation is different as well as the various groups are different. Like project A needs of design engineer is also need. There is a need of mechanical engineer. There is a need of electrical engineer. There is a need of metallurgical engineer. So there is a combination of both research as well as development teams. So this is the matrix organization in which there is a combination of the functional departments as well as technical orientation. Then we have discussed the advantages of the matrix organization. Then tomorrow we are going to discuss the span of control, centralization and decentralization, delegation of authority, staffing, selection and recruitment, career development, what are the career structures, then training, performance appraisal in organizing unit number 3. Today we have discussed the nature and purpose of organization, organization structure, line and staff authority, departmentation. In departmentation, there are various 4 steps at matrix. First is with the help of customer. Second is by product. Third is by territory. Fourth is by function. And fifth is matrix. So thank you so much. Thank you all.